Oh, Furtless. Just a very, very quick one, pretty much. With the plans of what are we doing tomorrow? Tomorrow? Well, I say tomorrow, as in early morning.
Damien Schlager.
Yes, in the morning, at 4 in the morning, I will be using this bad boy from Louis Fisk to film in the kitchen, pitch black. Maybe we'll get a orb, maybe we won't. The last time I used a IR camera was from Liz Hall, the internet web one, which I still can't seem to bloody get working through various apps. So I haven't tried in the last, I don't know, couple of weeks, admittedly. But basically, yeah, I caught an orb that went up the stairs, and up it went. And I thought, yay, that's a good one to put on. And then I realised it hadn't recorded, and I was really gutted. But it doesn't matter. Shit happens. I've got to get around these schoolboy errors, like the Spirit Box session I did yesterday regarding the Koolaid and Jim Jones and triggering. I mean, it wasn't the greatest of sessions, but like I said, the three things that were said were all after one another. And quite direct and validating. We had order, and then they told me to fuck you, and then I was saying, can Jim Jones step forward? Is that possible? We don't have the ability, or something about we haven't got the ability. So we're going to try the same thing again, basically, but with literally just using this thing in my kitchen, 4 in the morning, and we'll see what happens, basically. We'll see what happens. Can't tell you what I'm going to get. You can't predict the paranormal. But what would be nice is if I can catch an orb on this thing. Wouldn't that be cool? Like, you know, I've had a couple of orbs in my videos. There's a few very good Furtluses out there that have really good eyes and spot these. You know, they either hear a cool EVP or they see an orb that flies over or whatever, you know. So we're going to be giving that a go anyway. So, you know, using this thing, the IR cam. See, it looks all nice and shiny and bright, doesn't it, that light? But actually, it's just two, you know, like on your remote control, it's just two little red LEDs. You can hardly see them. So why this camera can even pick it up, I don't know. I don't really understand cameras. I'm no amazing person to edit or work with cameras. Anyway, so, yeah, just before I go, though, totally unrelated, as Order of Magnitude always does, some unrelated things. Bless my nephew. Oh, my nephew's so cool. Now, I had to sell all of my games consoles when I lost my job because money was tight and we needed to feed ourselves. And that was like every single Sega out there, apart from the really rare SG-1000. I think they even had a Nomad as well. But anyway, I had to sell them all at a discounted price, my whole collection of years, but they weren't really mint condition because they were so well loved and used, and, you know, so it wasn't like, you know, you could put them in a museum, so say, but, you know, it's sad to see them go. And fair play to my nephew. This is the only one I kept, my Atari VCS. The rest I had to sell now. This is an arcade Mega Drive stick. These are quite rare. But fair play to my nephew. He's given me this. A Mega Drive Mark III with a couple of games like Mercs and Sonic 2, which is... Oh, wow, cheers, dude. Just so I don't, you know, I can have some memories left. Fair play to him. And that's all well and good, but if you are planning on buying a Mega Drive Mark III, as it's called, they were meant for Brazil. These come out, it is Sega, so to say, or probably made by someone else. I'll tell you why in a sec. This is at the days when PlayStation was out, so it's obviously for poor communities in Brazil to buy one because they're hellishly cheap. So it's nothing like a Mega Drive. There's no stereo sound anymore. And the output is terrible. And what is awful about this thing is the sound. Oh my god, it's like it's an emulator rather than an actual Mega Drive. The sound is fucking awful and nothing like what a Mega Drive sounds like. It plays too slow, and there's a whole channel. I swear, there's a whole channel missing of sound. Like, so the music on Sonic 2, not that it's like really known for how good its music was, but do you know what I'm saying? It sounds awful and it plays 10% slower than it should do. But the fault was there, so thank you my nephew, you rock. Dino, you rock. That was a guy. We were in his man cave with all the cigarette butts everywhere, and we got masses of hits on the K2 and a good Spirit Box session that time. If you want to go watch that, so there you go. That's what he has lent me, given me, whatever, you know, for an indefinite period of time, so I can not cry too much for I've lost all of my games and that. But it doesn't matter, because, you know, I'm not about collecting things and making money on them anyway. There's such a thing called emulators, and on this laptop, which took a tumble yesterday, but it's A-OK, I can, you know, play any games console I like on there, you know, and it's about 10 years old nearly, this thing, and yet it can still play those games. And I even have a Neo Geo, as everybody knows, and I've always wanted a Neo Geo, always. So, there you go, Furtless. But yeah, I just want to talk about the plans for tonight, what I'm going to do, and that's about it, really. So, enjoy. I hope we get something good, but like I say, can't predict the paranormal. We'll see how it goes. Bit of luck, we might have something interesting, you know, 4 in the morning. The only thing that concerns me is audio, because without using the guitar amp, the Spirit Box is a lot quieter, even with one of those little speakers attached, and obviously with the audio of Jim Jones and all those people crying and stuff, and, you know, getting them to basically kill themselves via the Koolaid, that audio can be quite loud compared, so it might taint evidence as well, so I've got to be very careful. I might have to like play some audio and stop, then do a Spirit Box and carry it on, or turn it right down. I'm trying to trigger, innit? That's what I'm trying to do, and like I say, I'm not even in the right country. It happened nearly 40 years ago, not quite. So yeah, and later on in next time, I'm going to do some more experimenting with the Bang&Olufsen, however you frickin' pronounce it, because there's lots of weird radio stations on there that make all sorts of weird noises. Probably all of them will be man-made noises, nothing paranormal per se, but it's really interesting to hear strange noises coming from a radio, you know what I'm saying? Always interesting. So don't class it as paranormal per se, but just interesting. Alright, so that's about it, Furtless. So I'll upload the video as soon as it's done. 4 in the morning, Friday, it will be done thereabouts. Unless I oversleep. If I oversleep, I'll kick myself. And yeah, that's it. So shut the fuck up. Catch you later.